Okay, Alex, we have an uneven lie on the second hole of the day, which is fantastic because you wanted to go over some uneven lie. So a little bit of a straight down slope here, which will be very helpful for us. But with this, we're going to tie in some strategy at the same time. So go ahead and shoot it, and let's see how far we got.
$125 exactly.
125. All right, so let's do a little strategy as to what your target selection should be. So I like to use the 5% rule.
I don't know what that is.
Perfect. So 5% is, we're going to take 5% of the yardage. So that's just over 6. So 5% of 125 is a little over 6 yards. Then we're going to look at where that flag is on the green. And from the short side, which as we're looking at is the right edge, correct? Yeah. That is 8 yards. That flag is 8 yards from the right edge of the green. So 6 is less than 8, correct?
Yeah.
Right. So that means we can actually aim directly at this flag.
And we push it a little bit, it's okay?
Yeah, we got room to play because essentially, if you take any yardage on the PGA Tour and their average proximity, take 5% of that number, that is their average proximity. So from 100 yards, 5. From 200, it's 10.
Okay.
And so that gives us a nice guide as to how close we want to aim to the edge of the green, left or right. So as long as total distance, which in this case is 125 and a 6 yard, 5%. If the flag is outside of that from the edge of the green, we're trying to make it. We are trying to have the ball go in the hole. Okay?
Awesome.
But if it's inside that, say that this flag is only 4 yards from the edge, then we want to aim as our target 2 yards
to the left. Yeah.
Does that make sense? Yeah. To get to that number. So it's a great strategy. So that's how. So we know that we're trying to make this slightly downhill shot, right? Yeah. So what do you think? What ideas do you have for a downhill lie? What adjustments do you need to make?
Choke down slightly on the club.
Okay.
Have a little more weight on my left side.
Okay, good.
And put the ball for the back of my stance.
Love it. Very good. And so
what would you say for that?
I love those little adjustments. What would this tend to do to the ball flight? Will it make it launch higher, lower? Lower. And how about left or right?
A little bit to the right.
Yeah, exactly. So in theory, it's going to launch a little lower.
And fade just a touch.
Fade exactly off your base pattern. Yes. Right? It'll fade a little bit. So we'll have you hit the shot here in a moment, and you'll make those adjustments, and then we can assess how well you did after that. So you're absolutely correct. Like, we're going to try and put a little extra weight on the front side. I think one mistake people often make in this situation is they say, oh, I'll put more weight on my downhill leg.
Yeah.
And they only do the leg and not their upper body. You want to feel like your upper and lower center aligned. Does that make sense? So the middle of your upper back, you'll be here. Kind of how you want
it moves forwards.
Yeah, you want it to go with it.
Yes.
Exactly. So when you lean a little bit, you want everything to lean with the slope, not just the lower body.
Yes.
That's a typical error I see with like some amateurs on the course. So something we can look out for. So let's go ahead and try it. Let's go ahead and hit it. We're trying to make this one. Oh, tell me what club. What club do you have?
Oh, 9-iron.
9-iron?
Which is my 130 club typically.
Yeah.
I'm going to choke down on it slightly.
Yes.
And it depends on the middle of the green distance-wise, so I think it would be the right club.
Love that for you. All right, go ahead. Let's show us how it's done.
Go through my routine.
Yep.
Practice swing. Step into it.
Good looking shot, Alex. Love it. Just stuffed it to 10 feet. All right, good work. Let's go make a putt.
Awesome.